So the Jets do, as they beat the Broncos, they do what their personnel allows them to do. They need to go get another wide receiver. When Aaron Rodgers comes back and Zach Wilson's the backup, they should be better at quarterback. I would address the offensive line again. But they're not that far away. I mean, if Aaron stays healthy, they do a lot of things very well. Denver's another story. They don't do anything particularly well. Russell Wilson, he's better than Zach Wilson, but, key fumble late. Late in the third quarter, he had 66 yards passing. It was underneath stuff. So I think the Broncos, even though they have, I think, some pretty good personnel on the offensive line, their run game's hit and miss, mostly miss. Even though they have some people in the secondary I like, their secondary's okay. So they're disjointed right now. Jets Denver was an ugly football game, but if you're a Jets fan, you have to feel like we do some things well. I'm not sure what Denver does well. And I think Denver's got some good personnel. Now, whereas the Jets' good personnel is primarily on one side of the ball, which is why they're a better defensive team than an offensive team, the Broncos' personnel is kind of spread around. But they're going to have major issues here. There's so much pressure in the Broncos organization. Sean Payton's contract, Russell Wilson's contract. It doesn't matter if Russell has proved that he isn't washed. He better not be. For what they're paying him and the pressure on him, he's got to be excellent. He has to be an A quarterback. That's an A quarterback contract. Right now, he's playing at a B- level. C+. That's what it is. So people say, well, he's not the problem. Well, he's not the solution. I'm not really interested in pointing fingers on who the problem is. What's the solution? Or everybody gets fired. Russell right now is not good enough to be the solution. Who the problem is, who cares? You can't win football games. And I think the personality differences between Sean Payton, who's super intense, and Russell Wilson, who's more diplomatic, I think that rub will be interesting to say the least to watch. You also have new owners. They didn't spend all this money to lose. I think this could be just a very toxic mess by the time we get to Thanksgiving, and Sean Payton's going to win that battle. I think Denver, and I think you have to think about this, we have an incredible college quarterback class. I think we have to be honest about it. I think Denver, if there's an opportunity, even though they have issues on the defensive side, Drake May, Michael Penix, Bo Nix, don't you have to take a look? I think you have to take a look. I don't think, let's say Denver finishes with 5 wins. And today, I'm not sure they get there. 5 or 6 wins. That's a top 8 draft pick, I would imagine. If Drake May or Michael Penix was available, Caleb Williams was not available, you'd have to look at it. The only way to get out of that Russell Wilson deal, and again, he's not the problem, but he's not good enough right now to be the solution. Or maybe it's just too many things have been asked of Sean Payton, and they don't have the personnel on the defensive side.